day we be grinding, and if you ask me, we the best, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio. This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and test us, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio when I'm spitting all these rhymes.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 10-yard fight. I'm Coach KK, screaming happy holidays and happy New Year's to you. As if I don't hear from you guys. This is Volume 3 Resurrection, Part 9. And we're going to end this thing off with the mistakes made upon building this scheme. That's the title of it. Mistakes made upon building this scheme. You know, the best movies and the best songs written all had to, they don't just put it out there and then it's made, right? In the background, you never know what goes on in the background. So today we're gonna display a little something, all the little things that led up to, you know, how we overcame things, because we sometimes on the video I get out there and make it look easy, right? You know, this is a pick six right here, dig return. This pick six was shown first because this is from the most recent video. In part 8, you guys saw that. That was the first play, and we overcame adversity. We was resilient. We had answers after that, and we played damn near a perfect game and won the game. But yeah, mistakes were made along the way, right? Like small stuff like this. Sometimes it's just small, simple stuff. Get on the ground. What are you doing? Get on the ground, man. What are you doing? There's no reason to try to get it all in one play. Here we go. This is a misread. They're in like a little box technique. It's 4 guys on my 3, and I should have known that fourth man, someone was least blitzing. That was a dead giveaway, and you can easily miss this stuff pre-snap. One of my strengths in playing this thing is pre-snap reading, and a lot of these examples right here is going to show poor pre-snap reading, right? So if my pre-snap reads ain't right, it's not gonna be good for me. So here we go. This guy is giving me cushion. If you ask me, and you ask my opinion, he's a star also. I would say, you know, that we call those automatics. That's why I call it the 5-yard and out, because he gave us cushion. I would say if you throw that ball 5 times, at least 2 times, it's gonna at least get it intercepted, or at minimum contested. It's at least going to be like deflected or picked off at least 2 out of 5. You're not just, it's automatic. We call it automatic because the probability is higher to catch the ball, but 2 out of 5, that thing going to get contested. Here we go right here. This is just a late throw, corner route, lack of anticipation. These windows will close very quickly on you. You don't get time to hesitate. You got to already know your reads. You know, this is a reading system. Here we go right here in the corner again, calling bench pivot. You see the window open, but the throw was late. Ball should have been thrown as he was going to the spot, not when he get to the spot. That's the difference right there. And James just had range. He's a 90-something speed. And yeah, he covered ground out there. So yeah, you can't fool around with those type of safeties back there, boy. Here we go in the next one. Look at this. We're playing a little mind game with the base aligning. Look at his safety running all the way back. I'm going to square on the underneath that deep third, not knowing that safety was going to drop down into the purple, and it caused me to go to another read. The blitz is coming in, and I had to just fire it away. Oh man, what a disaster! So pre-snap reading counts, but it's not always the end-all be-all, because post-snap things look very different. That was a good example right there, and I'm one of those type of players that I rely on pre-snap a lot. You know, I like to get information to see what's going on. As you can see, it's 21-7. He's looking good. Another interception in the same game. Very poor mechanics. Timing was off. Thought pattern, everything. We just didn't have a good throwing angle or anything. I'm rolling right but throwing left. So that's already a recipe for disaster in itself. I'm pretty sure some of you guys can relate, but what you got to do out here is you got to clean this stuff up. Don't give up on your scheme and stuff. Look at this. I'm up 31 zip. I remember this game. This game was shown in like part 4 or 5 if I'm not mistaken. You can see it when I was playing against my coworker. I'm up 31 zip, but at this time right here, because I think this guy was roaming on that linebacker all day long right here because he was waiting on the bubble screen and we were just setting him up. We was running dig, return, flat routes, and all kind of stuff out there, and he was just sitting in that area the whole time. And I got kind of cocky. I'm up 31 zip, feeling invincible. That can happen sometime. And then you just think you're just untouchable, and everything you throw just turns to gold. Nah, it's gonna turn into the goal back the other way, a golden pick 6. So yeah, that's that. Moving forward, 13 zip against Detroit. You can see this guy right here. I'm running Y trail from the bunch open offset. I'm staring down the user. I thought I faked the user out and literally just forgot about everybody else. Like for real, for real. Sometimes your eyes can be trained on that user and you forget about everybody else. So yeah, that happens a lot. It's always good to know where the user is. Look at this right here. Somebody else can relate to this. It's 14-14 in the third quarter. So obviously I've ran this bubble screen a couple of times, at least 3 or 4 times, right, in the game. So he automatically just went over there. That's what he's been waiting on ever since I first did it. I must have gained a big game earlier to get those 14 points. So that right there, we just we just shot ourselves in the foot right then. Like boom. Man. So yeah, once you do those bubble screens and stuff and these fantastic plays, they're going to be waiting. You're going to train their eyes to somewhere. Back in Detroit, I'm up 14-3 this time. We're running verticals. Users in the middle. We're waiting on windows to open. And this time I just put a little bit of mustard. A little too much mustard on the ball. A little too much precision. Just trying to get away from that middleman, and it kind of screwed me up. So that right there was a mechanic type of thing. That wasn't like a decision or a read. That was just poor mechanics. Here I am playing with Cincinnati against my own team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm Cincinnati, and we're running bunch trail at the time, right? Things move fast when you're running bunch trail, and those windows will close. They will close very early. Didn't even get a chance. Those windows close very early. They're very tight when you're running these little trail and these little concepts where everybody is all clustered together. Yeah, the window and the spacing is very tight. So just know that. A lot of people don't even do those type of play. They stay away from them. They don't even want to fool around. But it's a game of numbers and space, if you ask me. And if you go to practice mode a lot, you'll get something going. Get you a nice little rhythm. Here we go right here. Cincinnati once again versus them boys. I thought I had a step on that corner out there. R1. Should have thrown it right there. Should have thrown it. But yeah, you can't be late on these throws. This was all timing based right there. That was all timing based. The guy, number 6, he had recovered. So we'll give him credit for that. This in the fourth quarter. He needed the ball back anyway. I think I showed that game too in like part 3. We won that game as well. Oh, this was a crazy one right here. Spacing switch. Got me. There's rules to spacing switch. You have to read this field from outside in. So circle is our speed out route. I've showed this so many times where we just execute it, but now you finally get to see the interception from it. You got to read this from the outside in. So you have a choice to make. He was already going to the third man. So that was on me right there. Just poor execution, lack of reading. That's just all I can say right there. That, it was very simple, a very simple mistake. Yeah. The linebacker has a choice to make, and that's where he went. He didn't score. This is later on in the game, but this is this guy playing on the defensive line this time, and he's coming in like a monster. So shout out to anybody who play on the defensive line. I never do it. I probably play on the defensive line maybe 10% of a game, once every 10 plays, maybe, if that. But that right there just caused me a pick six. It got him some penetration, and you don't get those penetrated moves every single time. Sometimes it's like you're playing patty cake playing on the D line. So right there, it just knocked my timing off, and I was off script to a pick six. Here's the same type of thing right here, but this is Michael Parsons. You know, he comes screaming off the edge right here, and I started dropping back and getting uncomfortable. I am up 24 zip, and once again feeling invincible. Shouldn't even been passing the ball like that. That was all my fault. I deserve to throw a pick six on that one. Yeah, but Michael Parsons was coming around that corner, boy. You guys can relate to that also. Here we go, down by 11, 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. You know, Buffalo Bills, they that's a physical defense as well. Guys, once you start rolling out like this and trying to do a broken play off script, off schedule, it's over. In the 10-yard fight, we don't play like that. It's over. So yeah, you gotta get your reads going. If it's not there, it's not there. A couple of plays later, here we go. Trying to roll and scramble, same thing occurred. Nothing. Yeah, he had that on lock. Yeah, boy. He had that thing on lock just then. Here we go again. We flipped it over. I simply forgot my pass protection, and that cornerback came straight in. Look at the corner out wide open. We had a break on the ball, but simply forgot pass protection because the game was moving so fast. And who knows, maybe I was rattled. Here we go, fourth quarter once again. All I need is threes, and we tie the game up. Flood. Pick. Off. Sauce. That's the interception right there. That was cold right there, boy. He got on the ground. That was cold. This is all because pressure. You know, the situation of the game. You know, it's late. I desperately need to score, but didn't slow things down. Look at X underneath, wide open. Flat route. This is Flood. And see, Flood can get you in trouble because he gets so many, you get so many yards with that down and out route. And sometimes it just looks so automatic and easy. And you can't just sit out there and predetermine where you're going to go with the ball. Get out there and predetermine. Things is not going to end well. And sometimes this is going to happen. So you cannot predetermine. Pre-snap reading is only so much of answers. Yeah, it's going to only give you so much detail of what's going to happen. So yeah, I deserve to lose that game. And yeah, he stole one then. I gave it away. He didn't steal it. I just gave it away pretty much. Here we go in Cincinnati. Playing Cincinnati, same thing, Flood. Again, this is a beautiful play. I've got so many yards, and you guys have seen me score so many touchdowns and stuff off the play. But on the flip side, it's a reading process. You've seen the safety drop down. I had a circle on the street. This is the first drive of the game at that. That makes that even more sad. But yeah, we'll fast forward this to the fourth quarter. I'm up 9-0. He never scored. And here I go trying to do safe things. We have a curl right on the left. I'm trying to clear things out with the running back. That's even better for us. Now it's just down to timing and mechanics. Poor mechanics. Poor mechanics. He's shading. He's outside. And I threw the ball outside instead of inside. That was poor mechanics right there. I was just so happy that it was open. It was open had I thrown it to the right side of him. But he had his hips turned the other way, and that's what happens. It's funny how mechanics, like, a lot of people play this thing and they're very good and elite, but they don't know how to put it in words and in perspective. Once again, poor mechanics, poor timing, no anticipation. This ball should be thrown right now. You can see this game is 7-9 in the fourth quarter. Ball was thrown very late and he jumped it. And once again, I deserve to throw a pick. Here's the funny part about this, though. This guy threw the game away and I won. Alright, guys. Happy New Year's once again. I'm Coach KK. This wraps up Volume 3 Resurrection Part 9. I will see you in the next one. Peace.
we do it every day. We be grinding, and if you ask me, we the best. I'ma be like, yo,